Hello everyone, I am back again. Another week, another set of questions, this time from my fiance. She sent me a bunch of questions that she thought would be informative and things I probably should have told you guys the first or second week, but she's a lot smarter than I am, so of course she thought of these and I didn't. So it's 4 or 5 questions. All the questions I was asked for this week, I will ask next week, along with any new questions. Let's get to the first question. You explained the general rep you're having to learn, but what about the guest artist's rep? Do they give you lead sheets / vids to watch, etc.? So with each guest artist, they will bring their own music. Since most of these artists have already done the ship in the past, we have a lot of their music just in archive. So the bandmaster will just pull out binders or folders full of the music for the guest artists that are coming up. And guest artist changes do not happen that frequently. I had the company men on here for the first month and a week that I was on here. We have the Flashback 4 for the next 4 weeks, 6 weeks in total. And then from the middle to end of November, all the way until I leave in January, it's going to be these guys worldwide. So typically, I will look over the music, and the bandmaster has had recordings of the company men. So before I had to play and rehearse with them, I was able to listen to some of their show and figure out what I was going to do. So they do give you all the music. If you're a good music reader, it shouldn't be an issue. As a music performance major, how prepared or unprepared were you for different aspects of this job? So, excellent question. How well did my degree prepare me for this job? Short answer, I was extremely prepared, luckily. While I didn't know many of the tunes, the constant practicing in all of the different styles made it to where I could come on board, and if I didn't know a tune, I would say, hey, what style is this? They'd say tango, bossa nova, straight swing, light rock, and just based off of those terms, I could fake my way through it. So learning all that I've learned during my 5 years at college, I did not have a rough transition. Getting a music performance degree, absolutely. It's why I have this job, really. And it really prepared me for all of the styles I would be playing. There wasn't ever a time that I was panicked because I didn't know what to play. Knowing what you do so far, if you could tell yourself or someone else thinking of pursuing this job something / anything before taking this job, what would it be? So basically, knowing what I know, what would I tell someone thinking about doing it? Or if I could go back in time, what would I tell myself? Me personally, and I do know this doesn't apply to everyone, but it gets very lonely out here. If you have a lot of friends and loved ones back home that you really care for, it gets hard really quickly, and it hasn't really let up. I've been here for a month and a half now, and it's just as bad as ever. I miss everyone back home. That's what I would tell myself personally. Be prepared to miss people immensely. What I would maybe tell people that don't have quite that attachment to other people is play with the band as much as you can before coming on board. Unfortunately, after I graduated college, for the 3 months until I boarded the ship, I just got a factory job to make money. Because I got this factory job, I was working 50 hours a week, and I didn't really play with anyone too much. I think I played with other people like 2 or 3 times over the entire summer until I got here. So when I got here, it was a little bit of an adjustment to really meld with everyone again. So what I would say is just get used to playing with other people. That's the only way to truly get really great, is to play with people. Explain the different sets, the main 4, and approximately what time of the day you are playing at them. So for this, I thought I would just like to give you my schedule. It's hanging up here. Obviously I won't show it to you because I'll probably get fired if I do that, but I will read it to you. So on Saturday from 1:30 to 4, I will be playing at the pool deck for roughly 2.5 hours. What this consists of is being on a covered stage, so you don't get burnt to a crisp if you're terribly white like me, and playing all sorts of oldies, rock and roll, reggae, just easy pool going tunes. For example, Rude by Magic, old time rock and roll, Margaritaville, etc., etc. Sunday, 10 a.m. I will have a sound check with the Wave plus the cast. So, the band I am in is called The Wave. This group of guys that I play with, we're called The Wave. That's just what we are. We are the band at sea, The Wave. So it will be the Wave, which is us, plus the cast doing just a fairly standard sound check. We will play through a few of the songs that we'll be doing that night, just checking audio levels and making sure everything sounds great. And then right after that, at 11, we have the Toby Bo sound check. Because both of these events happen on the same day, we do have to do our sound checks back to back. So at 10 o'clock, I do the sound check with the cast, and at 11 o'clock, I do the sound check with Toby Bo. So then, Sunday night, at 7:30, we play the Toby Bo show. And then at 9:30, we play the party set with the cast, both of which we rehearsed earlier in the morning for an hour each. So a total of about 4 hours of work on Sunday. On Monday, we don't play till 6:45, and we play from 6:45 to 8:30, and that is a jazz set at Pink Champagne Lounge. So the jazz set at Pink's is exactly what it sounds like. We all take turns, we go down the line, and we say a tune, and we play it. So the guitar player would say, let's play Take the A Train. The next guy would say, let's play Stolen Moments. The next person would say, let's play Pure Imagination. You'd get to me and I'd say, let's play Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold. And then everyone says, no, Adam, for the 10th time, we're not playing Avenged Sevenfold. And I'd get really sad, and then I say, I guess we can play Blue Bossa. Tuesday, from 4:30 to 5:15, we play Stevie Wonder Tribute by the Poolside. Self-explanatory, we just go down, we play 9 or 10 Stevie Wonder songs, and I'll definitely video some of those for you for the future. So 4:30 to 5:15, we do the Stevie Wonder, then 5:30 to 6:15, we just play more oldies, rock and roll, miscellaneous songs. Wednesday, 10 a.m., rehearsal with the guest artist. So 10 a.m. we have rehearsal with the Flashback 4. This is in the main Hollywood Theater. We do sound check, we make sure everything sounds great. We go through the entire show. So we have a sound check for an hour. It typically lasts because that's about the length of a show. What we do is just play through the entirety of the show, just making sure everything sounds great. And then that night, 6:30 and 8:30, we have 2 different shows. The same thing, 6:30 we play the guest entertainer show. Then again, at 8:30, we play it again. Just 2 different times for the passengers to have choices. Thursday, another big break. We don't play till 6 p.m. So 6 to 7:45, it's just another jazz set. But the second half of the jazz set is a Crooners tribute. So It's really neat. Everyone takes turns singing charts. Not me though, because I'm an awful singer. Then Friday, 2 to 3:30 p.m. we play at the poolside, just doing more of what we do. So in all, like I've said before, it's a very relaxed schedule. It's on average 18-ish hours a week. 18 divided by 7, it's not a lot of time. And so you do have a lot of extra time to get off, to just lounge around, to go to the gym, to do anything. But what that means is that if you're not playing up to par on just one of these sets, you're already bad at like 15% of your job because you're playing so little. So it's really important that, yes, it's awesome that I barely even work. Again, I'm playing music. Even though you're barely playing, and that can be very awesome sometimes, you have to make sure you know your stuff. Because if you don't play very often and you're bad at what you do, it's embarrassing. So that about wraps it up for the questions. Again, as always, I hope this informed you. I hope this gets to someone who is curious like me what really happens on a cruise ship. Oh, and all of the footage you've been seeing of the beautiful rocks and the beach was Black Sand Beach in Hilo. Very, very pretty. I will end the video with a few more shots of that. And as always, if you have any questions, just shoot them to me. I'll get to them next week. With all that being said, until next time.